And we welcome you back to another episode of Everyman Driver alongside Alex DeFries. I'm Dave Erickson. Thanks so much for watching.
This week we're reviewing the all-new 2013 Honda Accord Sport.
This is one of my favorite vehicles so far, so I'm going to be biased in this review. So that guy will be giving you the counterpoint to my good points. Coming up on this episode, we'll go under the hood to tell you about this vehicle's engine and performance. We'll take it for a spin to tell you about the ride and handling.
And finally, we'll let you know whether we would actually buy the car, even though we know one guy would, on the Everyman Driver ownership scale.
It's going to be a great one. Thanks for watching. Everyman Driver starts now.
The engine in the new Accord Sport is a four-cylinder with the VTEC that produces 189 horsepower with 182 foot-pounds of torque. Now, the one thing I haven't seen is this says Earth Dreams technology. Not sure what that is. I do know a Lamborghini has Wet Dreams technology.
The Accord, nice one, Alex. The Accord comes with a CVT, which is a phrase or term not a lot of people like because of the way it sounds, but it does mean good fuel economy for the most part. In fact, the EPA on this one is 26 miles per gallon in the city and 35 on the highway. I've been getting in the upper 20s in terms of gas mileage, so I'm very happy with this for what you're getting in terms of how much it costs.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. You can upgrade to the V6 with the upper trim levels. Obviously, you're going to get more power, but you're going to suffer a bit at the pump.
So we're talking ride and handling inside the Honda Accord Sport, and I got no complaints. I feel like the steering's responsive, it's an easy drive. Even though it's 189 horsepower, I feel like I got plenty of power once I hit the accelerator. So I don't have anything bad to say about it, but I'm sure you do.
Well, the steering to me felt a little electric. It felt a little power assisted. A lot of my automotive friends might disagree, you included. I wasn't crazy about the steering. The engine, I do agree. I think in this car, the four cylinders got enough power for everything you need. I don't think for an extra $2 or $3 grand, the V6 is really going to be worth it. From a driving standpoint, especially for sort of just a mid-level businessman sedan, really pretty darn good.
This is businessman sedan. I think that's a great way to describe this. It's a classy car. I mean, you take someone in this car, you're not going to be embarrassed whatsoever.
No.
You're going to feel like you're doing the right thing. And I love it. I mean, I have really no complaints about this. I'm going to tell you a little bit later why I think this is a great car for myself, and I'll give you my rating here in a little while. Let's talk about the interior here, because I think Honda has it down. I'm a big fan. I think this is not perfect, but I love how large this display is here. It's underneath a small hood. The instrument panel in front of me is fine. I got the 3 screens, nothing too confusing. Very simple, easy to understand. What?
The interior is fine. I like this interior, but I'm also 26 years old and an enormous idiot. So essentially, if this is a businessman sedan, I see this as an 18-year-old's interior in a car that a 40-year-old businessman is going to buy, especially the instrument panel, as we look at some very pretty deer, even some big bucks, the Great Northwest. The instrument panel especially just looks way too kind of high-techy, futuristic tuner for a guy that, works at Charles Schwab and is 40 years old. The rest of the interior I do like. The screen is big, nice sun shield on the screen. I still it's still just a little importy, techy for my personal taste, but overall, they did a pretty good job with the interior, and I do like the seats too. Hey guys, make sure to comment on YouTube and let us know what you think about the interior of this car and essentially everything that we're talking about. Let's show everybody that, you know, Dave is kind of old and out of touch.
One thing I'm surprised at, there's no sunroof.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because one of the first things I noticed when I got in this car is that there is no sunroof. Now, this is the sport model, which is the second to bottom model. So it doesn't surprise me that there's not a sunroof, but once you get used to one, once they take it away, even if it's not open, it's a big difference. Rear legroom in the Accord is actually pretty darn good. I've got my seat in the same position as I did when I was riding up front. I'm 6'2" with long legs, and I've got plenty of leg room. Also, headroom is ample. So when it comes to rear seat space, the Accord is pretty darn good. Dave will take you out back and let you know about the boot.
One thing you'll find with the trunk of the Accord Sport, there is no obvious spot at all in the back, which means there is no clear spot. There is no spot to open it without the key, and there's no spot for the key either. So you actually have to have the key fob, push that button to open the trunk. Unless you guys want to correct me and tell me where it is and I can't find it. Space-wise, there is tons of room back here. This is very deep. Here it is. Here's a spot for the spare tire. So they're keeping with that policy. I know some smaller cars are trying to stay light. So in fact, one car, I think it was the Eco Cruise, actually got rid of the tire altogether to save for weight, to make it more fuel efficient, but not here. You do have a tire there. But yeah, tons of room for plenty of luggage, a couple sets of golf clubs. I like it. This is a lot of space back here in the Honda Accord. So the MSRP here on the 2013 Honda Accord Sport is a steal at $24,190. I think it's a great value for this car. Of course, you already know I love this car. We have no extras on it too, so if you want some more things like satellite, it already has a backup camera, so you're good there. Interior already seems pretty luxurious to me for the price point.
Yeah, so on the Everyman driver ownership scale, what are you going to give it?
Well, you know what I'm going to give it. Actually, I would give this car 60 to 72 months because I would see this car as a complement for my family, to the SUV in the family. So if I were to have two cars that have more of a SUV type of vehicle, and this would be my other daily driver. So definitely, it's a 60 to 72 month buy.
He loves it. I'm going to give this car 54 months.
You got to stay in multiples of 12, my man.
54 months. I can't rake it quite as high as, say, the Passat we tested earlier, simply because I liked the German Euro feel as opposed to this, which definitely has more of an import feel. But you made a believer out of me with this car. The trunk space is awesome, leg room is excellent, and depending on your personal preference, you're going to absolutely love the dash. Lots of features, and at under 25 grand, you're absolutely right. You just can't go wrong with this car. Honda is back. They've lost their way in recent years. With this car, Honda is back.
I think you've given a nod. You have christened the Honda.
I have christened the Honda. You can now, I give you permission to go out and buy one.
All right. Well, with that, for Alex DeFries, I'm Dave Erickson. Thanks for watching another episode of Everyman Driver. We'll see you next time.
There's Big Daddy. Let's try and get that rack. Damn, that is actually a really nice buck. I take that back. That one is.